Hello all of my amazing artists. Today we're going to be making a heart hot air balloon. So for this project you're going to be doing some cutting, some gluing, we're going to be doing some drawing. So let's get started. You'll need a piece of blank paper. If you have colored paper you can use that for the hearts. If not, you can color a blank piece of paper. You'll also need a glue stick, a pair of scissors. You could use a Sharpie marker. If you don't have a Sharpie marker, you could use a black marker or a pen, and also some crayons and a pencil. So let's get started. We're going to make our hearts first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper, or maybe you have a colored piece of paper, and I'm going to fold it in half. After I fold it in half, I'm going to open it up and I'm going to cut along the fold so that I will have two equal pieces of my colored paper. From here, I'll take one and fold that in half as well, but fold it like a hamburger, not like a hot dog. And remember the trick I showed you. For when you create a heart with a folded piece of paper, you want to draw a candy cane shape. So I'm going to start with making two dots along the fold. It's really important to cut from the folded side. If you cut on the opposite side, you're going to have two pieces of the heart split in half instead of one full heart. So now I'm going to cut along the candy cane line. And when I open it up, I have a heart. So we want to make a second heart for our hot air balloon. So I'll take my other piece of paper, fold it in half again, like a hamburger, not a hot dog. And I can use the first heart that I created as a stencil. So I'm going to trace along the edge. That way both of my hearts will be equal. And I'm going to cut this one out. Okay, great. So now we have our two hearts that we're going to use for a hot air balloon. And I'm going to line it up on my paper so that it is in the top half section of the page. One trick to know where you want to glue it down is to first place the hearts down and use your pencil to outline so you know exactly where you're going to glue it. So I'm going to hold my heart down with a finger, trace around the edge on either side. All right, so now I know where I'm going to glue down. I'll take my glue stick. I'm going to glue around the edge of one side of the heart. So make sure it's the correct side that you're going to glue down. And then line it up. Press it down. Okay, great. Now we're going to glue the other heart down. So make sure you glue the side that fits with the left side of your heart. Glue all around the edge. Place it down. And make sure you press it enough so that it sticks. And there we go. So the two other ends of the heart are going to stick out. And now I'm ready to draw the rest of my hot air balloon. So we need the basket and we need the cords coming down. And I'm using the scraps of my paper to draw the lines. All right, now I have to make the basket. So connect the two lines at the bottom, curve it away. Then I'm going to create an oval a little bit above that line and two more lines coming from the hearts. If at any point you need, you can pause this video. I'm going to add a little detail here with a scalloped line. But you can be creative and make your basket however you want. I'm going to trace over my lines with a Sharpie marker. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can use a pen or a black marker. And I like to turn my page to make it easier to trace over the line. And then I'll color on the inside of the basket, so that oval there is going to have a shadow. So I'm going to shade it in. All right, so we want to make it seem like our hot air balloon is floating in the sky. So the next thing I'm going to do, well, I'm going to color the basket. You could color this any color you want. And then color your detail any color you want. All right, so next I'm going to make it look like our hot air balloon is floating in the sky. So I'm going to make some clouds. Maybe some are behind the hot air balloon. Maybe some of your clouds will go off the page. That's up to you. Some can be big, some can be small. And then I'm going to use my crayon to just shade in the sky around the clouds. So again, you can use any tools or supplies that you have at home. If you don't want to use a crayon for the sky, you can use a blue colored pencil. You could even paint the sky if you want. It all depends on what you have available to you. And then think about what you want to do with this artwork when you're finished. Maybe this will be a gift. Maybe you want to put it on your refrigerator or hang it in your room. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is add a little more detail to those clouds. So if you notice when you look outside, the clouds will sometimes have shadows on the bottom part. First, I'm going to outline the clouds with black, and then I'm going to shade just the bottom half of the cloud and add some curvy lines in there. And that will give it a little more form, make them look a little more three-dimensional. You want to make sure not to color the top halves of the clouds because that's where the sunlight is hitting the clouds. Okay, and that is that. So I hope you enjoy, have fun, and I can't wait to see all of your magnificent pictures.